do your best. Just tell me what education means to you, at least one person.
To the first formers, I say welcome to your new journey and to continue to work hard. We want to see that competitiveness, challenge yourself to always do the best that you can do.
Let me tell you, we have had students whose parents, like I went to St. Joseph's Convent, I got a scholarship. But there were students at St. Joseph's Convent whose parents were selling by the market to send them to St. Joseph's Convent. And we have had students, well, nobody here who is getting a scholarship has chosen, well, there is one person from going to Clendon Mason. But from Clendon Mason, of course, before Clendon Mason, we had Dennery Junior Sec.
That's right, what is that?
And every time I speak to the past students of Dennery Junior Secondary School, I say to them, that was the best there is and the best there ever will be as far as learning and discipline goes. The best there is, Dennery Junior Secondary School, the best there was and the best there ever will be. Because from Dennery Junior Secondary Schools, we have had doctors. Everybody here knows Dr. Christy Daniel. He was there at our school. I was his teacher. In my first year teaching at Dennery Junior Secondary School, I taught Christy Daniel. And that is how we named the Daniel House, a student from Dennery Junior Secondary School who has excelled. We had a magistrate, Dr. Andy Daniel. He's from Dennery Junior Secondary School. The school which I tell you, the best there was and the best there ever will be. We have Dr. Rufina Frederick. She's not a medical doctor, but she has a PhD, I guess, in education. Yes, she's from Dennery Junior Secondary School. Look at Mrs. St. Paul here. She's from Dennery Junior Secondary School. And when our students from Dennery Junior Sec wrote the common middle exam, every one of them went to Castries Comprehensive School, right? And when they stopped going to comprehensive school is because Dennery Junior Sec was upgraded to a full-fledged secondary school. It became Clendon Mason Memorial Secondary School. But at this time, Mr. Joseph, who was the principal of Castries Comprehensive School, was then receiving students from Corinth because all Dennery Junior Sec used to go to Compre. And now we had a full-fledged secondary school, so we were not sending students to Compre, but they were receiving from Corinth. And I heard it myself. Mr. Joseph, the principal, said, I hope the Corinth children follow in the footsteps of Dennery Junior Secondary School. So what? That tells you that students can do well. Now, from among our scholarship recipients, I am looking forward, even if it is not tomorrow, even if next year, but I'm looking forward to us having a doctor. I'm looking for a lawyer. I'm looking for an accountant coming from among you students whom we are presenting with scholarships. So make up your minds. Mrs. St. Paul told you, read. You need to read a lot. In my days, there were no computers. So I used to read. We had a small library at the back of the post office where the sports office is. And there was a small library. And I think I must have read every novel at this library. Because by the time I finish one, I take another one. That's what there was. There is no something for me to have my fingers on and my brain is there and I'm not hanging nobody around me who is talking to me, I'm not hanging them. There was nothing like that. We didn't have that. We took to our books. What did it do for me? I built my vocabulary. I became very good at English. English was my favorite subject, and my second favorite subject was health science. Yet I went to university and did a degree in French, right? I love the French language. And when I thought of it, I went and I did a degree in French. How old was I? While you are young, you have to think of going to university. Don't wait until you reach the age where I was about over 50, and I thought to myself, I'm soon going to retire. And the salary I am getting as a qualified teacher will not enable me to pay my bills. Therefore, I need to educate myself, get higher education. So I went to university and I came back with my degree. Wonderful. Now don't wait until you get to be my age. While you are at it, you finish Form 5, you go to A level, move forward, move up. Just move up. You have your bachelor's, you have your master's, you have your doctorate you can do. And you can do more than one bachelor's degree, more than one master's. So let me see that coming out of you, the recipients of Dennery Credit Cooperative Society scholarship holders. Let me see that coming out of you, right? Parents, you have a big task to do. It's your job to encourage them, to find out what is bothering them, to find out where they need help. And if they need help in a subject, they tell you and you try to find help for them. Because we are very concerned. We are not happy when you give us 70%. I know you can do more than that. There are some students there who have done very well. They've done 80. I suppose they were aiming at 100, but they didn't get 100, they got 80. Then they continued to get 80, but then there were times when they lapsed, they went down. And it didn't make me happy when I looked at this report. I wish the student would continue up. We have some students like Veronique who has done very well, right? We have students like Frederick, who is going to Form 5, who has gone to Form 5. So, you can do well. Mrs. St. Paul has given you a lot to think about. And I hope you take this seriously and do your best. Do your best. Be like the spider who went up and fell and went up again and fell and went up again until he completed the web. Because he didn't complete it in one go. So I want you to work hard, students. I want you to work hard.
Invited guests, students, good afternoon. It is indeed a pleasure for me to stand here as an educator myself to address this gathering. It is not often that you get to meet the grassroots. When you go to a graduation, you go to a school, those you really want to see, most times they are not there. But I am happy to stand here this afternoon to congratulate the students on this special occasion. This afternoon, I say is special because it has to do with education. Let's forget about what you are going to get and let us focus on the purpose. The purpose of this ceremony is to aid with the education of your children. And what is an education? We go to school, we often hear the word education. Can anybody tell me what education means to them? Anybody would like to tell me? Recipients, especially you, just tell me what education means to you. At least one person. It's your future. Very good. Anybody else? Okay. It's about learning. And when when you have learned, there is a change in your behavior. Basically, it's about learning to bring about a change in your behavior. Often we hear an educated person, but sometimes that's not true. Because the education that this person has received has not made any difference in their life, has not made a change in them. Their behavior remains the same. So for you to say you have learned, you are educated, you must behave differently. You must behave in a positive way. And I want to go back to the words of one of our Nobel laureates. Do you know which one? No? Who's that? Sir Arthur Lewis. What did he say about education? Sir Arthur Lewis was one individual, and is our Nobel laureate, who stressed on the words, education brings about relief. It relieves you. It takes you out of poverty. And what he meant by that is the cure for poverty. He means that when you go to school, you learn, you will get a good job, you will be able to do things for yourself and for your family. And we have seen that in our small community of Dennery. Children have gone to school, they have done well, they have gained good jobs and are helping out their younger siblings, their parents, to build a house, to send the others to school. This is what Sir Arthur Lewis was saying. It is a cure for poverty. I want to also say that an education enriches you. It gives you power. Power. Because you have knowledge, and knowledge is power. It gives you power to enrich yourself, to make yourself better. Education improves, as I said earlier, the quality of life of a people. No longer will you remain in that small house. You have the education, you have a good job, you go, you build your house, you buy your ride, you big up yourself, right? Is that true? Of course, I have seen it happen. It happened to me. It happened to most of us inside there who are adults already. We went to school, we did well, we helped our siblings, we helped our families, we built our homes, we bought our cars, we went to further our education. We have degrees, first degree, second degree, PhD, and there are people in Dennery who have gone this far. So look at the sky as the limit. Educate yourself well. It raises the level of productivity. It encourages you to be creative, to do things for yourself.
To start by thanking Dennery Cooperative Credit Union on behalf of my parents, the awardees, their parents and myself, for awarding us with this scholarship, which I'm very sure that everyone in a very positive manner. It has gone a long way in helping my family financially. I paying school fees, getting books, getting supplies for school. And this scholarship helped me to keep focused because I knew I had to maintain my 70% average in order to keep it. This kept me working hard throughout the 5 years, and I hope that it will keep you, the rest of my fellow awardees, doing the same. To the fifth formers, I say this is your last year, and most important, as you undergo your CXC, as you prepare to undergo your CXC examination, I say to you, go out and make everyone proud and show the cooperative union, the cooperative, that they made the right decision in choosing you for this scholarship. To the first formers, I say welcome to your new journey, and to continue to work hard as you did for your common entrance examination. Like my past teacher used to say, make your common entrance examination. I just want to bring up the point that
and encourage parents that at the end of every single term, your report is supposed to be at the office. Presentations will not be made to persons who reports are missing. So I want to plead with you at the end of every term, you need to get your report at the credit union. We have now put in place a notebook, so every time you bring your report in, you will have to sign for that. So this will let us know that you've brought in your reports. Also, in instances where you have persons who have written sick notes, that will not suffice. So what we're asking, if you have a sick, or if you were sick, you will need a medical report from your physician and bring it into the office. All right? Because we've had instances where persons have written notes in that they were ill, and when we called the school, that was not the case. All right? Actually, they didn't do well, and they were frightened to bring in their reports. So please, if you're ill, bring in your reports from a physician to the office. All right? I also want to encourage you to do your best. As you know, Miss St. Paul said it, times are hard, and any contribution towards your education will go a long way. So I want to plead with you, do your best for yourself and for your parents. All right, parents, encourage them also to continue pushing. Like we said, do not aim for the pass mark, but try to push yourself to do the best that you can. All right, even if you get a 60, don't aim for 60, you could go 90, it doesn't matter. All right, at the end of the day, we're asking 3 consecutive terms. You don't make it this term, challenge yourself for the next term. All right, so awardees, again, it's a pleasure sitting and deliberating, coming up with the awardees. I think I enjoyed.
So I've received the scholarship from the Dennery Credit Union, and I am indeed very grateful. It has been a really good help in purchasing of my children's school books, in paying fees. It has helped my children as well to remain focused in that they know that they have a target to meet, so they work towards that goal. Both of them are getting academic scholarships, so really they work really hard to maintain that scholarship. So it has benefited me financially as well as keeping my children on track, because it lets them know that if they do not meet that benchmark, they will not get the scholarship. So they have really been working hard, and I have been encouraging them. So it has kept both of us, or all of us, on track.
This is the initiative from the Credit Cooperative, the Education Committee, where we select 2 students yearly. One is the academic award, and the other a socio-economic award. Generally, from the common entrance exams, members are asked to send in their applications. Based on the application, we go through it. The committee goes through it, and we select the 2 best suiting persons for each of the awards. This is something we want to give back to the community. As anything, the community is based, part of the corporate principle is based on assisting members, all right, to grow and develop. So this is one of the initiatives which we have taken as a cooperative to assist its members.
Kenson Nelson. Caleb Frederick.